more money that's disposable to me, I will want to buy a dragon egg one,
Yeah.
and that will have my nickel bolas.
All right. Shell tech issue have you created? What in fresh hell?
Because I am a wizard, T Dog. Much like Harry Blackstone Dresden, when technology is around me, it just ceases to work. So don't go into elevators. Don't have a microwave, and I knew it was my turn to pay the electric bill. Yeah, Mom, but come on, man. All them D&D sessions you've been doing, you ain't getting no door fees for that. You gotta be working. Well, Tom Dresden Files deep cut. Is that a deep cut? I feel like we have talked about it on the show. We had Becca Scott talk about it. I've been listening to the audiobooks with James Marsters, doing the narrations with them smoky cigars or cigarettes in his hand and grabbed his blasting
I'm
weapon.
testing.
He's testing right now, so he's not listening to me. That's okay. That's good. Still a little off, which is okay. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Perfect to some people. Okay. All right. While we wait,
It is working for me.
I think it works everyone and on everyone's thing except T Dog's. But that might also be a power cycle on and off kind of thing.
Per snappity snap refresh. Working for Josh. Good enough.
Maybe. Saw the Avatar trailer before Doctor Strange in 3D.
Josh, no.
Maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe
we won't.
Maybe we will
won't.
talk about it. Maybe I'll talk about it. Maybe we'll talk about it.
Maybe I did some things.
Oh, real cool.
I don't know.
Maybe it's in the title. T Dog knows. T Dog knows. Maybe it is. That was weird, y'all.
I don't know. Sometimes OBS is going, hey, you, fuck me, fuck you. That's OBS to me.
This fucking goddamn piece of shit. All right, this is gonna just go in the background. I'm gonna just go eat.
I can't see it, Tom. Ass. Just so you know.
I know.
You're doing this beauty business, and I can't see nothing.
It's okay. Big mode. Ethan, who knows what's talking about? Big mode time. Everyone get the big mode emo out.
Got the big mode. It's just Tom's framing. He's got to get that. He's got to get that. Let's get weird. Yeah, I could always be dynamic.
Oh, that's a big push.
Oh, I love
big
it.
head mode.
You know what I can do?
Like in like Splitgate, and I'll still miss the shot. I'll still miss the shot.
Watch this. I can make this for Tom. I'm gonna do this for Tom. For Tom.
Do it.
I do for Tom. Okay. Just a second. All right. Because you got your framing. You got the let's get weird in the back. And I want to make sure that
this is the perfect frame.
Just you not in it. I get it.
Just halfway. I'm just doing Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
Yeah.
Face off. Like this? Yeah.
We're doing it, America.
Have y'all seen Spy X Family? I have heard about it from one of my mutuals on Twitter.
Hey,
and he keeps talking about it a lot.
I fucking did it. Hey, I fucking did it.
Nice. Very nice.
I don't know. I just thought it was cool. How do you guys like the labels? Is that stupid? I was just like, hey. Because like the Capeless Crusaders, they're always like, and I'm this, and you can find me on this, and we've never done that. And so I'm like, why don't we start doing that? We're all individuals, individual peoples.
Where'd I get this orb? This one, I work perk. Brad, it fell off a truck. But you can get a better one. So the thing that's nice about this one, it's plastic, so I don't have to really be too careful about it. But I would say
you don't want to be careful with your orb.
Well, if I'm gonna be fucking around with it and just like moving around, but if you're okay with like a very fragile one, there's one at IKEA that you can get, and you just get a hue light. But if you do you want it to like strobe like this? Because I don't know if that's the case. If you want it just like mine, I don't fucking know. But if you want just like a nice orb, one of those like orb lights that I have at my apartment, I love those. But they're very expensive and they're very fragile, and then you'll need to get a hue light in order
Tom
to
is
get
an
color.
orb monger. He's just like he's slinging orbs. Like
Just-
I got
What
you.
are you?
What you want?
What are you orbing?
You want a strobe orb? A strobe? A
What are you
strobe?
orbing? Love after world domination. Yes.
Ah,
Labels
too
are
funny.
dope, Josh. See, everyone likes the labels.
Hey.
The labels are good. Helps new people knows who's who. Yeah.
We're individual peoples. We used to just be nerd on, and then we were like, we all have our own like things that we like to do.
Well, I mean, for a
Stuff.
while I was daddy, and then Josh could always be baby.
That was
So,
sweet baby Josh.
I mean, I'm okay with that. If you guys, remember them early days of Twitch
Oh man,
streaming,
those
I was like,
early days. Shout
I
out to
can do
Boom,
that.
wherever you are lurking.
It's the cutest show since my dress up darling. Answer is Love After. Oh, that's the show you're talking about. Gotcha.
Boy.
Great. Sorry, Brad. I'm so sorry. I couldn't give you that answer that you wanted.
Great.
But just get some cheap ass. This is like literally a cheap ass strobe orb. That's all it is. It's like some cheapo, like $12 orb or something like that.
Does that work? Does that work? That doesn't work.
Does that not work?
I don't know.
Isn't it embody?
Is it?
I think it's command embody.
There it is.
Yeah. See? Yeah. There it is. Found something on Amazon. That's probably gonna be great.
Did you go on Amazon and search orb? Just orb.
Let me look it up. Let me look it up real quick, and I'll show you. I'll tell you which one's a good one. Orb. No.
Is that a scented candle, Josh? Yes, it is. It is a. I believe it's pine forest or some. Man, my hair in the back is just. I didn't do my hair. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I didn't do my hair. I'm sorry. I am actually still kind of covered in dust because the wife and I decided to excavate our original fireplace, and good idea, bad idea at the same time. It's
you know how much an orb goes for, Josh?
Are we in a new business? Do we need to turn on our shop again?
$30 to $40 an orb. What the fuck?
All right, everybody, we're turning nerdon.tv/shop back on, and all we're selling is orbs.
Nerd orb.
Nerd orb.
As always, nerd orb.
Nerd orb. The orb
the
you
one
didn't
that
need,
is like
but
an
you
actual
deserve.
the one that's like an actual like good version. It's like $40. Like what the hell?
Wow.
That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Wow.
I
was considered 12-inch, but it's over $80. Wow, out of context. Out of context.
Everyone, you guys were seeing if you guys were in the waiting room, Josh was using some of the redemption for chat points and all that stuff. Like check those out. See how those work out.
I was trying it.
All of you I know for a fact have at least over 50 bajillion. So you check those out. See, there's that one for 1,000 points. How many points do you have, Josh?
95,000 points.
95. You got plenty.
I'm gonna play that 95 times. Everybody sit and wait. Here we no. There's a cooldown.
Yeah.
There's a cooldown.
You only have 28.1k. Also, I know if several of you were at on Caitlin's stream yesterday. If you guys do have any extra spare quarters, we can always use some more towards over here on this side. A short film that we're shooting. It's definitely not as like life and death important as like Caitlin's family, but it's always helpful.
Yeah, you didn't put the qualifier, and I was about to be like all indignant, but yeah, no, Caitlin's family is far more.
Yes,
important.
life and death, life of family is very important. But I was gonna say, if you have any quarters, any spare quarters you found on the way to the laundry machine,
or join that Nerd On Nation for as little as $1 a month. It's good stuff.
Out of context, it's still considered 12-inch, but it's over $80. Not only joke takes place in Las Vegas and legal.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So
You want to open?
Sure.
I think you open, yeah.
Sweet. Trying to think of any other. No, I think all of the housekeeping has been taken care of. You guys saw the donation, the Embody link, and the coupon code. Coupon,
Cupid.
the Copenhagen. Yeah. The Nerd On Nation, do you consider that? Discord. I'm gonna say it all in the show, so why am I repeating myself? Yeah, let's get going. Let's do the clappy claps. I don't know, is this all just for funsies now? I feel like this is just for funsies now. It's all just for funsies.
It's not June though.
Oh shit. Wow, I'm getting ahead of myself. I have a whole I have another vacation that I'm taking. It's my last vacation of the year, I think. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it's happening at the end of the month, so.
Yeah, Brad, I hope you're happy that people have been clapping on your behest, because the show cannot start without your clap. So here's my chlamydia.
There it is. There it is. So yeah, we'll go to the
I do mean you. I do mean you.
Hey Brad. Hey Brad. Hey Brad. Clappity clap clap. Clap, Brad. Clap. And here's my applause. Ha 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 ha. That is the clap. Brought to you by Brad.
Spanking time.
Hey, there it is. We're getting to spanking time. All right, everybody. We're going to go to the intro. Oh, I'll have to figure that out later. All right, we're going to the intro, and then when we come back, all hell will break loose. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nerd On Capeless Crusader update podcast that it's live at the I can't.
Live at the time at the Crusader Safe House, the #1 alleged best operating supposed podcast. I don't know. That's the Crusaders have it really well down. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. But actually, everybody, welcome to the Nerd On Update, our weekly show in which we talk about the nerdy news. We're weekly on Twitch, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join us. We don't introduce a host, so hey, Tom, why don't you go?
All right. Well, my first bit of news was something I was going to save for Steve's, but as much as he wishes he could be here, I'll have to share. I'll have to talk about it. And I don't think it was actually like breaking news. And with our show, it's not like we ever try to be breaking news. But
what are you talking about, Tom? We're the first every time.
Yes, you heard it here first. You know what I'm saying? The sun coming at you.
Our Wonder Woman episode 1984 came out 3 weeks after the movie. Breaking.
Yeah. Look, with our regular podcast, all the episodes are going to be like, the brand new movie, The Batman. With last week, Anthony and Steve's covered that Justin Lin was leaving the Fast and Furious franchise amid some things he had said about an actor on the film, Mr. Vin Diesel. But I think this came right before news that John Watts, the director of Cop Car and Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home, was going to be slated to be directing the Fantastic Four movie for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, there have been Fantastic Four movies before, of course, and this was just going to be a kind of a big pomp and circumstance because, it is the first family of the Marvel comic books, and also, this new era of superhero films getting their take on it. And John Watts, who has seen a lot of success and probably, without James Gunn, Taika Waititi speaking, has the best track record in terms of sequels outside of the Russo brothers. he has apparently left the director chair for Fantastic Four. Now, at the time of this recording, Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness did come out. We're not going to do any spoilers for it because I didn't watch it, so I can't spoil anything. But I do know
I did.
some things that were spoiled for me,
Oh no,
and certain things that might pertain to said film of
Tom,
Fantastic
you
Four.
seek out spoilers.
No, I don't. Not anymore. I don't care about them. I don't. And so there is a lot of question in the rumor mill. What's going to happen? I made the funny kind of things like, why doesn't Justin Lin just direct Fantastic Four, and then John Watts go and direct the Fast and Furious movie? Because then they'll just switch. So it's like FF or FF. And
Oh no,
that's what it was.
No, I only just like. The software just got it. No, I got it.
Yeah. And what the fuck happened? I saw it and I don't know. Okay, well, I'm not. I didn't say anything. I haven't watched Multiverse of Madness. And what I'm gonna say is the next bit of news that I have is about Avatar 2, The Way of the Water. The trailer dropped today. And again, no meme at all. I am so hyped for this movie. And the trailer, I don't know what's about.
I'm surprised because I saw Multiverse yesterday, and while I was watching that, either it was a trailer or it was a 2-minute teaser. So maybe interesting.
This would be first trailer, I think. Okay. Right? Because the teaser had come out already. No, I think this might have been the trailer that people saw at D23. I don't know.
Oh.
But today the official, accounts have like dropped it, and so it could have been released with Doctor Strange and all that stuff. Since Disney owns everything now. And it's all over music except a final line at the end of the trailer. And as I'll say this, the no meme excitement about it for me is I will sum it up in this way. Bitch, I don't know what this is about. We said everything we could say with the first Avatar, but you know what? James Cameron doesn't make bad sequels. So I'm here for it. We'll see what happens. And I mean, I don't know. I will say it looks beautiful. It looks like a really good cinematic in a video game. But there's that. That's all I can think about. And I was like, maybe it'll make a bajillion dollars, but you know what? That all just goes back into Disney's hands. So I'm like, well, whatever. Nothing matters anymore.
You're just resigned. Nothing matters.
It's one of those. You've seen that video of like, this is what if like Bill Gates wanted to buy like a Tesla or wanted to buy a Ferrari. And they represented the money in grains of rice, and it was like each grain of rice is $10 million, and this is how much is in like $80 billion. And it was like, if I wanted to buy like 40 Ferraris, I wouldn't even notice. I'm like, oh my god. I hate this.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So there's that. Josh, what news do you have for us?
What news do I have? It was a semi slow. I need to use these transitions that I have because why not? Okay, a couple of news pieces. I'll start with the first one. I mean, both of them are pretty small because there's not a lot of information. Cobra Kai season 5 has been announced over the past couple of days. And it will be dropping September 9th. Usually they're kind of an end of the year kind of show. Yeah, I like pushing buttons, T-Dog, you're right. I'm an audio engineer. It's in my blood. So yeah, everybody's psyched. I mean, everybody, I mean me, my wife, we're psyched. Yeah. There's not much to know except for Terry Silver's back. It's not necessary. I wouldn't call it like it's the best show on television. It's just fun to watch. The next part of my business, my news. One of my favorite modern actresses, Jodie Comer. She's in Killing Eve. I just think that she is a treasure and is incredibly talented. I will watch her in anything that she does. But Benedict Cumberbatch is producing a movie called The End We Start From, and it has been announced that Jodie Comer will star in it. So that's exciting. My news is that's it. And scene.
Why do you do that to yourself, Josh? You're like, I'm excited about the. Well, that's it. It's like you could still have pomp and circumstance. It's like you're excited about it. There's someone in here watching that liked Free Guy.
Josh, no.
Someone liked Free Guy. I didn't watch it, but someone here liked it.
I liked
and they
it.
Like Jodie Comer.
I watched it.
I didn't watch it. I can't say I liked it or I hated it.
When the credits rolled, Bonnie and I went, that was surprisingly okay. Like we went into we're just gonna rent it. And
I heard it was like the movie that everyone wanted Ready Player One to be, like that celebration of nerd culture kind of thing.
Well then, damn it, I'm excited for my news. Cobra Kai season
Benedict
5,
Cumberbatch making movies.
We start from have no idea except for let's see, what is it? She's a mother with a newborn who must survive an apocalypse brought about by environmental disaster. That's screenwriter Alice Birch. She's amazing. Watch anything that she does. Watch anything that she does, and you will not be sad. You won't.
Like watch her watch grass grow.
I would watch that. She seems charming too, and she's nice to look at. She is. So next part of our
she's nice to look at. Josh 2022.
It's my. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here. Breaking news. No. Okay.
That's how I feel about Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get that. Yeah. Next part of our show is in which we answer questions from you, the people. And you can submit your questions in so many ways. There's so many ways, but you can go to, thank you, T-Dog, nerdon.tv.
Whey protein. Or Way of Water.
Yeah. So go to nerdon.tv/questions. All of the ways that you can submit questions are there. My favorite way is to join that Discord, baby. nerdon.tv/Discord. There are channels within that server that you can submit questions. And my favorite way is by joining the Nerd On Nation. You get what we call the Nerd On Nudge. And when you're in that Discord as a Nation member, you get secret channels that are only accessible by you, and you can talk to other Nation members and with us. It's pretty cool. I like it, and you get to support us, keep the lights going, keep the show going, all that good stuff. And we're making some stuff that isn't the podcast. So if you're watching our stream, you see a donation bar. We are saving up to make our first short film as a company. So good stuff. Things are happening. Good things are happening, but you can ask questions like, B-Rad, Brad. It turns out Josh's recently uncovered fireplace is actually a portal to another world. Where does it lead, and what kind of adventures can he expect to have there? Somebody commented on my Twitter, because I was kind of journaling via pictures on Twitter of this process. The backstory is that my wife and I have a 100-year-old house. It's 100 years old next year. And somebody at some point made this huge fireplace. And it takes up a lot of the room. And we were like, okay, we don't want that anymore. So we're going to get rid of it. And we take down some of the bricks. And there's another fireplace under there. And then we take some of those bricks, and there's another fireplace under there. And somebody was like, this is like the setup for House 2. Honestly, what happened was I just found a portal to a demon world. So, but this doesn't have to be a portal. It can be another world. It can be anything. Wouldn't it be cool if, like, I found this stone, this brick, and I move it, and then all of a sudden I'm transported into, like, this 8-bit universe? Where it's like 8-bit music and like old school video games and like bad platforming where you made it, but it's platforming in an 8-bit world and you fall to your death. But then you come back and you got +1s. What about you, Tom?
So the question says, what adventures can he expect to have there? So I'm gonna
Oh, you're
craft this
deciding for
adventure.
me.
I'm gonna craft this adventure for you, Josh.
That's right.
What's gonna happen is you're gonna unveil this fireplace, and then you unveiled another one. It gets a little Three Stoogey,
Okay.
but then you finally find one that's just like barely big enough for you to fit in. Right? You're like, okay, I could get in there, but then it's not really like a barren hole. Instead, it's like an illuminated typhoon, and it's just whirling and whirling, gently sucking in the air around you. You touch it, and then you end up in a place called an Everjail, where you fight the Blood Omen Moog.
Oh, I hate Moog so much.
And he just says, "Mommy bloody," and he just starts stabbing the sky with blood, and everything just comes out.
Everybody, last night I texted Tom super late. BT Dub, fuck Moog. Fuck Moog.
This is Elden Ring. Elden Ring
Ring.
reference,
Yes.
everyone.
Oh my god.
Did you like that? Did you like that long con?
I mean, I appreciate the setup.
Yeah.
But
I drew a picture. I made it
did.
cinematic.
You showed me. You didn't tell me, but you told
Yeah,
me.
and it is work exactly like those little teleporter things. Like, and it's like, oh, now you're in Laydale Capital.
Yep. Oh shit! There's a boss right there. Yeah, go poke it. Poke it with a
I
stick.
love the one that teleports you to that one sleeping Colossus dude, and you're just like, oh,
at Lanedale. I remember. It's funny going through some places, and now I'm level 170. No,
you're practically the level I was when I beat the game.
Yeah, I could go beat the game, I guess, but I want to go do all the things.
I need you to go to the Halleck Tree.
I just opened it up. I will get there. But anyway, yeah, I transferred to that portal, and I was like, oh, what's that? Because there are places that look like that you go to, and they're just dead. They're dead giants, Colossus or whatever. But I was like, oh, he's dead. Nope, he's not dead. And when I was low level at that time, no, sir. Next question.
You can't leave until you beat him.
Yeah, I love that with each patch they change things that you would use. Like you used to be able to quit game in a boss fight, so you could go get your runes and then GTFO. No, you can't. No, you can't, sir. No, sir. Next question comes from Toasty Gawa. So, just got here, and I only just found out about Trigon Space Story. Question: is Subset Games gonna sue the snot out of the Germans?
So let me tell you about this.
Yes, tell me.
So there's a game that Subset Games created called FTL, and it's a game I streamed for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And so FTL is this top-down game where it's a roguelike. You are a spacecraft. You're trying to get to the edge of your galaxy to beat the whatever boss. As you are going through your route, which is going to procedurally generate different ways and to survive, you have to maintain your ship because aliens are going to invade and other ships are going to attack you, like pirates. And so you can get crew members who are like really good at like putting out fires or don't need that much oxygen to breathe, because you can open up doors and stuff like that. So when there's like a fire in your spaceship, you can open a door and it opens the airlock, and that'll suck the air out. They'll suck the fire out. Other than that, you have to like put it out yourself manually, which is really hard. And you have oxygen levels. It's a lot of like managing like the livelihood of your ship, which was very, very like successful. A lot of people love the game, roguelites, space travel games, managing resources, a lot of audience, people who play games, there's a big audience for these kind of games. Now, the game that Tosigawa was talking about, and Tosigawa brought this question up like 3 weeks ago, and it was one of the ones in the chats, and it was like, oh, okay, cool. And I didn't know anything about it, and so I did some research and read it about. They made it like a 3D version of this game, so like it has better graphics, but it's pretty much a carbon copy. So the idea is like, are they going to sue? The tough thing is, that's kind of how the game industry is. Like,
what's
Balan's Wonderworld is
stealing is something. Stealing is the greatest try. I don't know. There's a phrase where it's like people steal
Imitation
things. Yeah, there it is.
is the yeah is the primary form of flattery or whatever. Um, well, I knew what you were saying, so
I was
language
dead
was
on.
working.
I was
Yeah,
dead
you
on.
got it, man.
You got it.
um but like yeah, Balan's Wonderworld is pretty much or Wonderland is pretty much a carbon copy of like Super Mario Odyssey except shitty. And no,
Except shitty.
it's pretty blatantly like, oh, we saw that. And how many Breath of the Wild clones were there once Breath of the Wild came out, and then how many people try to copy the From Software games? And it's a matter of like, is the gaming community going to just throw money at whatever games come out? And that's like my big kind of crutch or stick against or bone to pick with the gaming industry of like, tired of these $60 games that are just like half made games. There's almost no excuse anymore. Like, you have indie developers making better games for $20, and then you have people who are making Elden Ring, which maybe needs like one or two real patches to like make it so that AIs don't break,
You can
or like
fucking
you
play
don't
with
get
your friends and not get disconnected. Yeah.
yeah. Or but
Yeah.
then you have games that they came out like halfway built, and then everyone's like, oh well, it's a service-based game, and if you stick with us by year 3, it's going to be better. It's like, you mean it's going to be like what a year 1 game should be, like a fully priced game should be. Instead, you're making it cost $49.99 for early access or whatever it's called. So it's like, Josh, you're seeing Elden Ring. You could literally play this game for probably like another 100 hours.
Yeah, I'm
If
140
you
hours in, and like I was talking. Oh, I was talking to you. No, I wasn't talking to you. I don't talk to you. I was talking to my cousin. It's probably one of the best games that I've played in a really, really long time, and I paid $60 for it. And I'm like, see this thing, this like. And then flip side, I just my cousin's like, oh, we got to start playing Valheim, and it was on sale for $15, usually $30. It's like, wow. And like full, yeah. Anyway, I don't know.
no, yeah, I mean, like, there's a little bit of Ra's al Ghul thing where it's like, criminals thrive under society's understanding, where it's like these big giant devs are like just wanting us to be like, oh well, sorry that our crunch time and piece of shit work ethic didn't provide you with like a game that's actual quality, and so we have to be
Yeah.
like, oh well, I really like this company, so I'm going to put up with this bullshit. And you're like, no. Would you put up that bullshit with Red Dead Redemption? No. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to. When there's a
Yeah.
really good game out, you just like, that's a really good game. God of War, the PS4 God of War game, like, you didn't have to be like, oh well, when they do 2 years of patches, it'll be good. And it's like, no, it was just ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I have. Yeah. No, I'm thinking of a recent game that I was just like totally in love with and just totally obsessed with, like Back for Blood, and there were just so many things that were wrong with it or Dying Light 2 had a ton of things that were wrong with it, that it's like I'm having a hard time, even though there's new exciting content. I just feel burned. If that, like, it's
yeah.
just like I just feel burned that I don't even I feel a little like backhanded. Like, I spent this money and I was really excited for the game, and now it's this, and it's like, fuck, man.
Well, it's shitty. It's shitty because it makes you feel like you're having to go to bat for somebody that literally is like trying to peddle an unfinished product for you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I could have been over at the ice cream store that actually has fresh ingredients, but instead I'm at this, my family's favorite diner that's been giving me raw, rancid food. You're like, dude, come on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Next question.
I don't even remember what the original. What were we talking about?
No, they're not going to sue. No one's
Okay.
going to sue nobody. They're going to get away with making a game that's a carbon copy of their game, because that's just like, they don't own the right to like the space fighter roguelite category of games.
Yeah.
Every game that copies an 8-bit platformer, Nintendo's not going to come after them. They might, because Nintendo's actually pretty fucking petty, but
Yeah. If it went to court, there would be some like I was in a lawsuit a couple of years ago, and just the fucking language that was used against me. Like, I'm not a lawyer, so it's like you're like what? What? It's like reading a magic card sometimes. You read it and you're like, what? What does that do? Okay. Next question comes from Mitchell. What would your last meal be? 4-course meal and drink and bread or item of the like. And why? Give it to me, Tom.
4-course meal.
Give it to me. Baby.
Oh God. Okay, so first off, 4-course appetizer. I am thinking I want a man, this sucks. Because I'm going to use Major Domo as my experience. So Major Domo had this like bread, like almost like a non bread that you have, and then you can have different types of like butters you can put on it. And all these butters were like shipped from Vermont, but then one of them was, um, I think like pig terrine, which is like a pate of like pig face and like butter mixed into it. So it's like a spreadable like thing of pork, and you eat it.
Spreadable pig face. I got it.
Yeah, it was really good.
Got it. Yep.
So that's the appetizer.
Got it.
So and there's 2 entrees and then there's a dessert, right? So the 2 entrees. So first one is going to be Peking duck. That is the one. Peking duck all day. It is Chinese typically. The way they do it is a slow roasted duck that they will inflate with air so that the skin comes up off of the meat, and then as the duck spins and rotates, they kind of put this like oil over it so that it renders out the fat. And they carve it all up so you have these little slices. Then you put it into like little rice, little rice patties thingies, and you make a little taco out of it, and you eat it, and it's amazing, and it tastes really good. And then the second main course thing, just give me the best steak I'll ever eat in my life. I want a Wagyu A5000, baby, from Japan or something like that. And, side of like truffle mashed potatoes with like garlic aioli milk mixed in that badness. And the dessert, probably more than likely some kind of pie with like a really exquisite ice cream on top, like that vanilla.
What is an exquisite ice cream?
I don't know. It's probably like an ice cream that was made with fat in it or something like that, like with duck fat. Like at Major Domo, there was like this drink that people
You're ruined
had.
in television because of Watchmen,
and it went,
now you're ruined with movies. Now you're ruined with food.
With food,
you're always gonna be like, it's good.
Well, look. One time, I mean, I've had a tomahawk steak before, like at like this Beverly Hills restaurant, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, and I've had truffle mashed potatoes, but I'm like, I'm just saying. I just didn't know you can have some of this stuff. So go to Major Domo. Got it. Yes, Mama's on the money. And the drink I'll have on as my final drink. I'll have a pint of a pint of the blood of my enemies. A whole pint of my enemy's blood.
And you will, even if it tastes gross, you're just gonna chug it down out of spite.
It's like, my last meal. I might as well just go out being like,
oh God, it's gross, but fuck you all.
And then I'll do like just the Luke Skywalker from Last Jedi.
I don't know why that makes me think of. Did you see the original Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
That sound always makes me think of when he falls out and he's like,
give these people. Yeah.
Good content.
And it's just like their eyeballs are bulging out.
Yeah. What will my last meal be? Let me look this last meal 4-course. So 4-course is appetizer, 2 main dishes,
entrees, and a dessert.
Okay.
That's what I did.
Yeah, no. I feel like for an appetizer, like it's my last meal, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to have carne asada fries.
Okay.
Like a small portion because I want to be able to have what I'm going to have. I all of a sudden thought of this. So I feel like pizza needs to be in there. It needs to be like, man, I just want my go-to, which is pepperoni, mushroom, black olive. If it's a small pizza, I'm cool with that. Another course would be like I keep thinking of this, and I took you there. It's like it was a go-to spot back in college, Cotijas in Santa Fe,
Oh yeah.
Santee, California. They have a California burrito there that, it's so good. It's so good. And then the dessert would be a Creole cream cheesecake from Commander's Palace in New Orleans. That has ruined me for cheesecake. It has literally, it's ruined me. There's no cheesecake that will be better than that. And I tried to find it for my birthday, and you can't get it shipped. So it's one of those things that, like, you know, that satisfaction when you've tried fighting a boss in Elden Ring like 20 times, and then you beat it, and you're like, yes, there's satisfaction. I have done that.
I
I have done that.
Haligtree, Josh. Haligtree.
Okay, man. All right. I just got there. I got the first grace.
I mean, I'll say it this way: with like, once you beat that boss, I know you're having trouble with the current boss right now, but once you beat that boss, you'd be like, I don't give a shit. I earned everything in this game. You'd be like, no one can take this from me.
No one. My build is perfect. Drink. I'm going to finally get the non-alcoholic Guinness because that's probably when I'm going to be able to find it.
You see, Josh, you don't understand. Man was given 10 PS5s to run the world, and then 2 people have all of the non-alcoholic Guinness.
Yeah. So I'm going to finally find that. That'll be a drink. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm done with the pre-selected questions, Tom. You get to take it from here.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to ask questions that were asked. Some of these were asked last week.
Okay.
And we didn't get to them. And I am going to make sure that we get to them now. The first question comes from T-Dog.
Okay.
And the question is, was Zombieland 2 a good movie? I think we were talking about Zombieland.
I don't remember it. I remember tiny things about it. Let me think on it. I mean it. I didn't.
We have an episode.
We do have an episode of it. When was that? Was that 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
That was before the pandemic, so at least 3 years ago.
Oh God.
Oh, shit. So I'll say this. I like. Oh, okay. I like Emma Stone. I like Jesse. I like all the cast. It's very weird to see Abigail Breslin all grown up.
That's so
and
weird.
Just wanted to get it on with some dude. Like, you were a child when I saw you last in this franchise.
A child.
Zoe Dutch is a celebrity crush of mine for sure. It's all right. It's passable. It's as enjoyable as any movie that you would put on rerun. It's like as good as Now You See Me. Let's just say it like that.
Okay. Yeah,
it's as good as Now You See Me. Now You See Me is like, this is fun to watch, but this is also kind of dumb. Do I get anything? Do I walk away with anything more? Does it enrich in my life?
No.
Not as much as the first one. So that's
you walk out of it going, so that happened. She was in a movie recently with Matt Damon called Stillwater, and I just kept going, that's Abigail Breslin. What the what?
That's a little misogyny.
I mean, I think I enjoyed it. I was entertained by it. Was it a good movie? I don't know. Maybe it was.
I don't even remember our numbers that we rated it. I think I was the highest.
I don't
I think
remember.
I was the highest. Corey was definitely the lowest.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Corey
What's
hated
so funny?
that movie.
Yeah, I remember specifically his qualm. I remember his qualm.
Oh, dumb blonde.
Yeah, the
Stupid dumb blonde.
Yeah, perpetuating the stereotype of dumb blonde, which I understand completely.
Yeah. It's like Asian guys with big penises.
I don't know if I'll ever watch it again. Does that say something?
Yeah, that says enough.
It says I don't remember a lot of it. Yeah. Next question.
Next question. Thank you, Brad, for catching that. Very sly. Next question. Let's do. Okay, this is becoming a thing, and I hate it because we're
Is it
Look,
this a thing? Is
what?
Are Cheerios a soup? Like
No. It's not over categorizing food.
Okay.
This. Remember when we were doing podcasts. Remember this is it's like
we
when
are
we
podcasting right now.
Remember when like we can tell an episode's like creeping up on us? We're like, oh, we're gonna have to do this, aren't we? And then we like end up doing it's like finally we're doing it. Like this is the question, and this comes from Instagram actually. Christy Pollock asks,
"Ooh,
will you have time to discuss Everything Everywhere All at Once?"
God bless.
And see, the thing is, like, everyone that you talk to about that movie loves that movie. And I think everyone who has a podcast, I don't give a shit if it's about dads making pornos or about talking about your sex lives. Everyone that has a podcast should probably be talking about this movie. And we will when we start podcasting at a regular basis.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's all I'm going to say.
It's when I see that question, I'm kind of like I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer or anything like that. I'm just saying like I have challenged everyone to not be so rushed into getting back into doing our episodes as regularly as we were, because we always say we're going to take a break off of something, whether it was video content or something, and then something happens and then we're back in the saddle again. We're back doing the thing again, and it's like, guys, stop it. So I'm like, come on. Let's chill. But yes, we will. I mean, let's be real here. We will.
Oh man, we have to. Next question. Next question. This one comes from Raph because it kind of connects to a previous question. MX Raph asks, any strange items in your vehicle? I carry a machete, a crowbar in each of my cars. As my girls get older, I would probably add a handsaw and hatchet. I can never write off zombie apocalypse. Any strange items in your car?
See, that's so funny as you think about it, and you're like, it's not strange to me. Like I have my my climbing pack, like to go to the climbing gym. That's not strange. I have a roll of toilet paper and baby bottom wipes just in case something bad happens on a road trip.
You gotta take a dookie.
If you got a dookie, and like if you're driving to Arizona and there's like this stretch of California that there's nothing, there it is. You got it.
Just take a dookie on the road, baby.
Take a dookie on the road. I can't think of any other weird items.
I have some weird items in my car.
Yeah. Do you have an orb?
From my work perks, I might have an actual skeleton in my trunk.
You win, Tom. You win.
I might actually have like a fake skeleton in my car. Every time I open up my trunk, I'm just like, oh my God, I hope no one's around. Because they're like, what the fuck?
Is that like, I will use that someday kind of thing? Like
for sure. Like
this freaking roll that's like hundreds of feet probably of green screen that we have.
It is an invisibility cloak, guys. You have to understand. When you can chroma key it out, it will be perfect. Um, look at my invisibility cloak. That green screen, that chroma green, baby.
Screen. Oh my
That's
gosh.
that's Hulk cock right there.
We have had that since you started there. I think it was one of the first things they were like, "Hey, you can."
You know what? That's actually not from there. This is from another job
Oh.
before.
Oh, so this is even worse. We've had that
Yeah.
that long. Wow.
That being said, I also have there's a video game called Blood Rain. It's about this like a vampire girl thing who killed. I have those swords that she has in my trunk. I have an inflatable beer pong table. I
Tom
have
wins this question 100%.
I have half a bottle of vodka.
I'm not living life. I need to put weird stuff in my. I just am. I'm censoring myself because I got really self-conscious about. Do I say the F word too much? But anyway, I think that maybe I should put strange stuff in my car on purpose. Like I need to search the internet for strange stuff and put it in my car now.
No, you don't need to. I have that shit in there because it was all remnants of like, oh, if I move, when I do this, and when I have a place, and da da da. And I've tried to take some of that shit up. I'm like, am I really gonna fucking keep this shit? And but I mean, the skeleton. Like my dream is, obviously to like be able to shoot like a zombie apocalypse movie or like a dystopian movie, and then you have a little skeleton in the dirt. It's right there.
I want to be in that movie, Tom. To be in that
yeah
movie.
So I have things. That's all it is. Like I just have things I can use in a thing, and then when I'm done, I'm done. Next question.
Next question.
Stree 42 from last week ask if you could combine two superhero characters, DC, Marvel, or another animation studio, which would be the most badass?
Badass.
Oh, I know, easy.
You go, Tom. You go.
Oh, two. Probably Spawn and Wolverine. They got a cigar in each blade. just screams badass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a Canadian black man mutant wizard man.
Yeah. I'm in. I'd read that. They like fell into a vat together and their molecules were fused and they crawled out and they're half demon adamantium
mutant man.
I like it. I'm in.
He's like he pretty much says, Wanda, bub.
Wanda.
Most badass. I'm just thinking of like a
badass.
Dun, 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 kind of badass for me.
My first, my gut was like, what if you did if you put the Flash with Quicksilver, you put them together so that they were super fast, even faster than what they already are.
I'm gonna throw around my big DC boy dick and say, Josh, that what you just said was, what if you just added 0 + 1? It'd still be 1. The Flash can literally go to another dimension while Quicksilver's just like, I can't even dodge helicopter fire.
Fine, Tom, fine.
Well, I mean, I get it. I get
it. It was a dumb answer.
I get it, but I'm like, Quicksilver slows Flash down. It's like, what if I get Superman and Invincible? I mean, I was like, Superman's way stronger. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, it would be interesting to see a Superman Batman.
I wonder how that would be. I wonder really how that would be.
It'd be like Batman with Superman powers. I don't know.
Yeah, but characterized, right? And then do they wear a mask?
They totally wear a mask.
Yeah.
They would totally. I mean, it would be you'd have to adjust Batman's outfit just a little bit. but maybe just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little
Just a
bit.
little
But there'd
bit.
have to be a mask, or it'd be. But it'd be Spider. It'd be Superman with a black suit. It already exists. No, just kidding. No, it'd have
I'm
to be
seeing
like a really
Mamba.
like.
I'm seeing
Batman.
Mamba in the chat saying there was a cartoon where Superman was Batman.
I'm
I
Superman.
don't know if you're thinking about the New Adventures of Batman and Robin, where Batman went missing, and then Robin called Superman and asked him to dress up as Batman for a while, and then Superman fought Bane, and I was just like, "Oh, Bane, so no, you have no chance. You have no choice. You have no
Oh,
chance here.
oh,
Oh no,
buddy. Oh,
oh
buddy.
no."
Oh no. Oh,
Um,
honey. Next question.
Next question. Let's do. How much time we have? How many more questions we got?
Let's do one more. Let's do one more.
Let's do one more. Let's ask this one that came in the chat today. I still have two more from last week that we'll keep in the stack. T Dog asked, any interest in seeing the DC Super Pets movie?
Kind of. Like, okay. So Bonnie and I low key like to watch like kids movies like on purpose. Like sometimes you just want something that feels good. You know, like that's not like we watched a couple of romantic comedies last week just cuz like we didn't want to watch like what were we watching? Oh, that new Andrew Garfield show. It's fucking creepy. And like
Tick Tick Kaboom.
no. Under the banner of heaven or something. Yeah, it's a murder show in Mormon country. There's some creepy parts of it. Anyway, yeah, I'm like I'd go see it. I'd go see it. It's animals. It's pets. What did I say on social media, B-Rad? Send me cute TikToks. Cute animal TikToks. I'm in. We're friends. So now Brad sends me cute animal TikToks. So
do I have any interest in it? This is what I'm going to make a statement about all movies. All movies, like Josh said, I am ruined on food with Major Domo, ruined on TV with Watchmen. Everything Everywhere All at Once ruined me on kind of movies at this point. And I've been kind of saying it, and it's not like, it's the antithesis of the show where it's like Tom doesn't like these nerdy comic booky movies anymore. But I'm getting very kind of crestfallen, would you say? Or like I'm losing my faith and hope. I'm like Karras. I'm like Father Karras in Exorcism, where like he's losing his faith in the church, where it's just kind of like I'm getting kind of tired of things that I just feel like they're trying to sell me toys.
yeah.
And so I mean, over the weekend I watched The Northman, and I was just like, I can watch more of these where it's just like someone and like everyone's like, well, Tom doesn't like fun and light and all stuff. It's like it doesn't have to be like comical or it doesn't have to be grim dark, but it's just like someone that's just more fascinated with telling the story of the characters. Like V for Vendetta, I don't feel like I was trying to be sold the toy to buy V for Vendetta. Watchmen, I wasn't sold to buy the toys of these characters. Like I was just like, it's just they're just taking these characters seriously. DC superhero pets thing just feels like, what, fine, sure, Warner Brothers animation could use more, but I'm just like, am I going to take anything away from it? And that was like the delightful surprise, like with Spider-Verse, right? Like you walked out of that theater being like, wow, that was not only a good origin, it told something different. It was a multiverse. It was about generations passing down. It was about like family. There was more to take away from it than just like
This is like it's a kids movie. It's like it's not to be. I mean, at least in my view of it, it's just a kids movie. As a voice actor, I'm kind of like, wow, there's a lot of A-list actors in the cast. Okay, it's just another movie with fucking The Rock in it, and I think Kevin Hart's in it, and it's like, wow, selling toys. Hell yeah.
I mean, it's not. This doesn't even have to be like that. Where it's like Kubo, Legend of Two Strings. It's an animated movie. Is it necessarily garnered towards kids? Could not be. I don't know. I mean, Inside Out. right? Kids movie, but it looks like it potentially could like you could walk away with like, oh, like I'm going to see someone's interpretation of what core memories feel like, like, and that's like the surprising thing. So like, of course I'm going to go watch it, but it's something that's like, am I interested in watching it? Like, I don't know if any of these kind of movies are going to give me something to feel like, oh, there's something I'm going to take away from. Like Everything Everywhere All at Once shows this
Well,
woman all in all these multiverses of what she could have been.
well, it's
And
like,
so how do we as humans like reconcile with that feeling of like lost opportunity of like, well, I could have been this, I could have been that. Spider-Verse, it's like, well, this is the character of Miles Morales, like what would he be as a Spider-Man, like, and what does that mean to him? And so it's like it inherently feels like there's something you could walk away with, where here it's like it's Batman dog and then Superman dog. And it's like, unless you have something to kind of walk away with, it doesn't feel like you're going to tell me anything new
well,
outside of
it's
like
the, I think
friendship is power.
we've talked about it on the show a little bit. It's not in these words, but it's like the difference between a movie being an experience and a movie being just like ingesting the media. It's like, oh, I watched that thing instead of like I experienced that thing. Like Everything Everywhere All at Once is an experience. It's you brought up Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse. It's an experience. You back to front, you're like, whoa.
Well, I mean, and some of the things break the mold, and I think too many people are afraid to try.
Mhm.
Like, for every Minions movie, right? It's like, is there something to be more other than like families could be unconventional, or like and it's unfortunately like a Cars movie, like, oh, what's underneath the surface is what is more that matters. Like, they're very surface level things, and they're given so much pomp and circumstance, where there are things like Megamind. And I feel like Megamind was such like this big thing that no one talked about, and I was like, it's a kids movie for sure because it's animated, but like it's a story about like, give the people the opportunity to do good and they will. And that's like not a normal kid topic of do good, do bad, bad stuff happen to bad people. Like it's like so
Morals.
surface level. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. There's things like Megamind, or there's things like, like I thought Wreck-It Ralph was like actually like, again, that same thing of like, tell something just with a little bit of nuance, and I feel like there'd
Yeah.
be something cool.
I don't know, but then on the flip side for me, I'm like, there's somebody that's on that crew, on the creative team, that was like, yeah, this is like, it's a creation for them that they're excited to be a part of, and you know what I mean? It's like yeah. I mean, I get it, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think I'm
No,
just
I
trying
mean,
to
I think
say
it's almost roundabout the same thing of the video game thing, right? Like, I don't blame the game develop, like the animation teams or the people who had to like design all the things that made it, like, that put out a crap product. I don't blame the animators or people who are involved in the creative teams of something that feels like a cash grab. Like, it's like they worked really hard on that, and it's
yeah.
really unfortunate if it just comes off of like, I don't see what more out of this that you have to offer in this story.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, real quick, I just have to make a call out. Hey, Jeff, you live in San Diego. Have you been to Cotijas in Santee? Cotijas, California burrito. I was looking for him when I was talking about Cotijas in Santee, because I was like, oh, there's somebody in San Diego, and Jeff's sometimes in the chat. That's it. That's the end of the show. That is all the questions.
With to end on a light note, yes, I'll go watch it. Like, I'll watch Multiverse of Madness.
Everybody at home, thank you so much for watching, or whether you're here on Twitch, Monday nights, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or on our YouTube. We put all of these on YouTube. All of our past episode, which there are hundreds of them, despite me just saying just one episode. Episodes, they're plural. There are many of them. Check those out. They're on all your favorite podcasting apps and all that jazz. Check out our website, nerdon.tv. It has all of this information that I'm putting out there. Just, go there. It has all of it. Do consider joining that Nerd On Nation. It really does. It does help us. It helps us to keep doing this. Like, that is it allows us to keep doing this and creating more things. We do have the short film, it's right here above me, short film fund that we are building up. We're making our first short film. I'm very excited to be on camera acting again. What else? I think that's it for the show. Do we do post-show? I don't know what goes on here anymore.
I mean, pretty much whenever we say that we're done.
So we're done.
Questions. And it would be, now it's post-show. Yeah. I feel like, oh shit, I let the whole thing get away from me with the, like, I don't know how I feel about movies nowadays.
Are you having an existential crisis about movies?
I mean, it's not like I'm getting an existential crisis. It's honestly like, to what you were saying, it's kind of like I'm just kind of sick and tired of like this idea of content in like movies and like TV shows. It's like streamers being like, check out our content. I'm like, is it a drama? Is it a comedy? Is it even a fucking show? Or is it just shit to fucking put on the screen and not pay attention to? Because that would be content. And like, you know, studios who are just like, we have a lot of content coming up. It's like, you mean a fucking cinematic universe? Or do you mean like some directorial artisan films that no one's going to watch, but it's going to win all the awards? Like like kind of like the fact that the ceiling is getting lower for people to make things and put their own stuff, and then the floor is getting higher so that people can like do things is great. But allowing people like this kind of melange that nothing is everything and everything is nothing at the same time just makes it feel like nothing specific. It's kind of like one of those things of like, Josh, you are special as a human being, just like everyone else.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck is that? Like, that is like the most like not real thing to say. Like, what you would say is like, this is why you're great as a person. Like, and that's it. That's standalone. It is different than anyone else's, and that's significant. And everyone else has those significant things. Like, and I was just thinking about like not specifically animated movies, but things like the Clone Wars animated series, where like you think it's going to be like this, you know, okay, cool, it's an animated tale of what happens between Star Wars episode 1, 2, and 3. And then you're like, okay, well, and also here's this stupid, flimsy sidekick character. And then she ends up becoming the best character of the show. And then you end up falling in love with the clones, and you're being like, oh, wow, they're actually talking about war. And like the travesty of like, they're just numbers. They are just barcoded clones that don't matter. But the Jedi, who are these spiritual leaders, are like, no, you guys all are a person.
I guess it makes me think like it's, I don't know, it's a really, it feels like a slippery slope, because I feel like I'm about to ask a question that I already know the answer to, where it's like, does everything have to have meaning and depth? Does everything that is created have to have meaning and depth?
I would say like this. I think if there is a piece of, you know, it's the art business, right? Or the film business, right? Movie business, film industry, music industry, TV industry. If someone behind the writing or behind the camera doesn't want to put a meaning behind it, then to me, there is a, what's the point? It is almost like, then it might as well just be a book. Like, not like a book that you read, like a novel, but like, here's a pamphlet of like good things to be as a person. Like, you might as well give me
not even a book. It's
like, you might as well give me a car
handout.
pamphlet.
Yeah.
It's a manual. It's like Shell has, you know, 22 miles per gallon per, you know, on average. Like, cool. If you like, you know what I mean? Like in that sense where it's like a song, right? You've written songs, you put out an album. If every single one of those songs didn't have some sense of a meaning behind it for you, whether like, I really liked how this progression was, or I fell in love with these ideas in here, it doesn't have to be like a fully, even a full thought. It could just be like just an idea that you liked. Then that's, to me, like, not like it's like more worthy, but it's more like, well, good. It's not just noise. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I get it.
Like
It's
visualizer. Like I might as well put a visualizer on in a movie theater and be like, pay $15 to watch a 3-hour visualizer. If there's no like personal thing, and the thing is, at some point,
I guess it also brings up for me, like it brings up something for me that, like I'm having an emotional response because I can't. I feel like the depth and meaning of something is something that you decide upon it, whereas like what we're talking about, Super Pets or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
Let's use Super Pets as an example.
We don't know if the people that are in it, or not in it, but who are making it, think that it has depth and meaning to them. Like it's just like pull anything where it's just like, there's some. I don't know. It's like, is it
I know. I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're.
It comes down to you. It's like you're putting. Oh, it has this greater meaning, or it's like it has this theme or something like that. And I'm not trying to shit on you or anything. I'm just saying that like somebody on that. I have a hard time believing that somebody was like, let's just make this thing, and like, because nothing, like, especially with something that takes so many hours to make. I don't know. I have a I get faith in humanity.
No, I get. No, I feel like in the funny way you were like you've given me half sentences and you're like, I don't know. And I'm like, no, I know what you're saying. You have drawn the picture out in a good way. Yeah, no one commits 1,000 hours of their life to not give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
It's my idea of like, no one normally walks into a movie wanting it to be bad.
Yeah.
The tough thing I think that sucks is that the people up top who make decisions and the marketing teams like fucking don't give a shit. Like with my short film that we've been asking for funding for. Like, it's just a short film. Like, if people actually wanted to know or cared to know, it's a lot of my inner turmoil. It's a lot of shit that I'm going through as a person. But for some jackass on Twitter is gonna be like, oh, it's some fucking stupid like acting piece. Like, if it doesn't come through, that is a fault on everyone involved. And that's the tough thing, where it's like, as me, the consumer, it's not my job to defend you. It's my job to be like, does this look like it's, because my money is like limited. So they have to work really hard to be like, we want people to watch this. So what's going to make them watch this over watching something else in theaters, right? So you have to work that much harder to say this movie matters. And to your point, I absolutely think that whoever wrote it, whoever directed it, probably has some kind of message behind it. And maybe it's a message that's important to them, but whoever at top, whoever in marketing, didn't do their job of saying that this message was important enough. We wanted to make the message that The Rock and Kevin Hart are in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
you know what I mean? Like, that's the unfortunate thing.
Working in the trailer business, it's and I think you learn this phrase from me when I say it's all about spin. That's oftentimes trailers, promos, all those things come down to what's going to get the butts in the seats kind of thing. And it's the spin of it. It's the, taking scenes out of context or whatever. It's like, yeah, it's the spin, baby. Spin. Because you go watch a movie and you're like, that's not what I was expecting at all. Okay. Like, even movies that we've mentioned, like Spider-Verse, you're like, I saw the trailer and you're like, oh, that looks cool. And then you go see it and you're like, oh shit, there's a lot to this. Like Everything Everywhere All at Once. I probably was like, okay, I'm people are doing multiverse movies now, and I was like, I really like Michelle Yeoh, and it looks like they're gonna have some real good martial arts in here, and so I'm like, all right, I'm down to watch it. And also, it's A24, so like, give money to like a smaller studio versus the studio that you have people who just do like, I watched Captain Marvel 194 times, like. But that's the thing. I'm
where it's
right
like,
here, Tom. I'm in this stream with you.
But that's my thing too. It's like, okay, cool. Fucking Bethesda comes out with the new game. Why am I going to give it to a fucking studio when like you got this small studio here that worked 8 years on a small game? And it's like, let me try this. It's going to be cheaper for one, and then this movie is going to make its money back immediately. So again, my dollars are super important at this point, and you have to work that much harder to make me feel like it's going to be worth it. The tough thing about games is that the reviews will come out immediately. Tough thing about movies, the box office weekend will make or break the movie. Mm-hmm. So like it is that pivotal thing of like, hey, you got to vote with your dollars. And so for me, as someone who is living both worlds of I'm a consumer and a creator, I have to be like, well, I know what that's like. And the more I can understand of like, who the fuck's the director for DC Super Pets? I don't fucking know. What if it said like the people who brought you Spider-Verse? I'm like, okay. If it's like the people who brought you Lego Movie, okay. But like if they're not also being, like before every Nolan movie, there's like the director of The Dark Knight and Inception to make you feel like, okay, this is the next step of this artist's career. They do that with, Brad Bird. They're like the guy who did The Incredibles, and the same director of Ratatouille. And it's like, okay, this is important because it feels in part of those things. We're just like the studio that brought you this, and you're like, all right,
they've brought me a lot. They've brought me this. They've brought me a lot of things. So,
I'm going to see this Jared
quick
Stren.
Yes or no for that question.
I know.
You don't
Jared
understand
Stren
where
Jared
Tom is
Stern?
at right now.
Jared Stern.
They brought me sanity and happiness. There you go. DC Super Pets. DC
this
Super
guy
Pets.
wrote. So he's a writer turned director, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that could have been their bigger pitch. This guy wrote, was it The Internship? Which one's this one?
He wrote the Lego Batman movie.
He wrote Lego Batman. He wrote The Watch.
This is one of those moments where you go, you lead with that.
Yes, you do. You do. And
but I don't know. I've only seen the trailer once. Maybe.
Like we are in an age where there are celebrity directors. Where like people will go to watch a Tarantino movie if it's nothing but him sucking on toes all day. They're like, oh, Tarantino's 10th film, even though he said he was going to quit after 8, so we have to watch it. Nolan's movie that makes no fucking sense, and the music's so fucking loud, but we're going to watch. You know what I mean? Like we are in that time.
Tarantino.
Like actors are not as big of a pool anymore. Like Zac Efron was like the hottest actor, and then just dud after dud after dud. Kevin Hart and The Rock are same thing. A lot of middle America will watch that shit, and there's nothing wrong with that. But their movies aren't critically acclaimed as well. Like, and there's nothing bad with that. But like, they're not Stallones, they're not Schwarzeneggers, they're not like these big guys. There's like, these are stars. I think the last star we had for a long time was Will Smith, and now he just slapped his career away. So I'm just like
the slappening.
Yeah, and it's a weird thing, and like I have to I ruminate on these things a lot because I do get to your point, Josh, of like I want to have faith in humanity a lot, but also I'm tired of apologizing for people who don't give a fuck about me.
Oh, Tom, I care about you.
I mean, that's
all that matters.
That only Josh cares about me. That's the only thing that matters.
Exactly. The stream's gonna pop off and say that they care about you too. So there are so many people, and I guess that's the point where it's like the talking about I've talked about the fuck budget. It's not that you don't care. You're not this like walking bag of apathy. Not caring about things. It's just that you choose what you think, what you care about. And where was I going with this? There was a point. I don't know. Anyways, Tom, I love you.
I mean, so this is the last thing I'll say about DC Super Pets. One last thing.
Yes or no?
I'm rooting for the director. I hope it's a fucking smash hit, and then he could just be like, I was the guy that went writing these, and now I'm directing those. And I'm like, good. You have a wonderful career. I don't have to watch them. I don't have to watch them.
Okay.
That's it. And but I will say this as a complete, just to lighten it up, completely reneging on everything I'm saying. But that does mean everyone here that's watching the stream has to watch everything that I make.
You are locked in. You must watch everything that
You
Tom
have to
and I
watch it.
make.
You have to watch every single thing I make. Even if I decide to just go straight into pornos.
You have to watch it.
You have to watch
You
it.
said you cared.
No. If I make a movie that looks like a piece of shit, then don't fucking watch it. But
I always used to
you
say
know.
when people, life happens, you're adults or whatever, and people wouldn't come to a play I was in, I'd be like, there will be another one. It's okay if you didn't watch my short film. There will be another one.
Oh my god, I love that. Hen Tom. Not hentai, hen Tom. I am Thai though, so it is hentai in a way. So.
Wow. So who are we rating?
We'll go raid somebody. But 5, the revenge. I love that. Let's go ahead and raid Sun Eater. Sun Eater has been streaming a lot lately. And they're part of our
Sweet.
Discord. So
Yeah,
we'll
they are.
send them over to there. No, I need to watch your piece of shit movie so I can articulate to you why it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I appreciate
have an
it.
in-depth
But
conversation of why.
And then you'll know it's my piece of shit because you'll be like, oh, I see Tom's
Notice
bullshit.
it, like that little, like that meme. I made this. Just a pile of poopy. I made this. Okay.
Thank you everyone for sticking around. Take care of yourselves.
Yes. I am going to go to the end screen and mute our butts. You are rating or something? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so sing us out.
Everybody at home, thank you so much for watching, for joining us. Stick around on our channel throughout the week. We come back. We're here and there. We love you all. Take care of yourselves. You know the drill. As always, nerd on.
Nerd on.